I think actually you hit on a good point though when you were mentioning AWS and GCP and kind of back to learning, like the best one of the other best ways I think you'll succeed is to just embrace that, learn it all. And if you work in Azure, you'll probably find at some point you're going to need to learn AWS or GCP. And it's not like you're going to put your foot down and be like, no, I'm only going to do Azure. I mean, I have a lot of Azure AD experience. Then eventually I ran into some customer who was like, well, we're integrating AWS with Azure Active Directory. And I'm like, well, I guess
Yeah.
now I need to go learn AWS to write in these ways. And if I was like, well, I don't care about AWS,
Right.
it wouldn't have helped. But no, I just wanted to say, no, I think in particular with identity and learning all these things, a lot of cybersecurity and information security, however you want to put it, jobs that kind of get out there, identity is a bit slept on. I mean, we need a ton of identity people. If you like making a lot of money, it can pay quite well. It may not seem as like glamorous as some other cybersecurity roles, but
Yeah.
no, it's something that we need a lot of identity people out
Yeah.
here. So
I keep telling people the threat landscape has changed. You're not behind the firewalls anymore.
yeah,
Identity is your first line of defense when it comes to the cloud.
yeah,
So again, I see a lot of forum, people are learning traditional skills. There's nothing wrong with that. But why don't you start learning identity from the get-go? Because first, competition is obviously less. You'll find network engineer with 20 years experience. In identity, you won't. You may have 10 years, more or less. We can argue on that. Azure's been
yeah,
there and AWS, but definitely not somebody who's a system administrator with 30 years experience in cloud. No way you can.